Welcome to Fundamentals of Computers. Coming on to chapter number 2, that is input and output devices. Here we will be studying that what exactly is input and output devices and different type of these devices in details. Moving ahead, so basically what is input device? The device which are used to give the data and instruction to the computer are called input devices. Various type of input devices can be used with the computer depending upon the type of data you want to enter in the computer. Example, keyboard, mouse, joystick, light pen, etc. Now see, here we have also classified that input devices can be classified into four different categories. One is keyboard, another one is pointing devices, which can further be divided into the mouse, trackball, trackpad, and the handheld devices, which further can be divided into three categories, that is pen, touch screen, joystick. Optical devices, further in the five categories: barcode readers, scanners, OCR, OMR, MICR. And the last category is the audio or the visual devices. Now moving ahead, what exactly is keyboard? A keyboard is a human interface device which is represented as a layout of buttons. Each button or key can be used to either input a linguistic character to a computer or to call upon a particular function of the computer. They act as the main text entry interface for most computers. Traditional keyboards use spring-based buttons, though newer variations employ virtual keys or even projected keyboards. It is a typewriter-like device which is composed of matrix of switches. Now, examples of types of keyboards include keyer, keyboard, lighted program function keyboard. Right. And one thing also, the most keyboard have between 80 and 110 keys, and those keys typically include typing keys, numeric keys, function keys, control key. Now see, what is basically the advantage of this? So, one thing is that it is very easy to use and it is cheap. It is not that much expensive. And what is disadvantage? That we cannot draw the figures using the keyboard. And another thing is that moving the cursor to another position by using the keyboard is very slow, right? So moving to the another input devices, that is mouse. What is actually a mouse? A mouse is an input device that allows you to control the coordinates and movement of the on-screen cursor or pointer by simply moving the mouse across a flat surface with your hand. Items can be selected or moved using the left mouse button, while the right button usually it displays the additional menus. Most mice are now optical, which means they use a laser to detect and track the movement across the surface. Mice and the mouse can either be the wired or the wireless. Okay, now what is the typical application for a mouse? So it is used in everyday computing to control the pointers and GUIs. And what are the benefit of it? It is simple, easy to use, and it is cheap also. Okay, and it is an efficient way to navigate. And the drawbacks of the mouse that comprises of it require basically a flat surface, and you can say that it needs the extra desk space to be placed, and so that it could be placed and moved easily. And so the thing is that it requires space, which might serve as a disadvantage of it. And secondly, the ball must be cleaned to remove the dust from it, right? Okay, and one more thing. See, the mouse perform the many function. For example, we can use to click it help us in clicking something, like pressing the button so that if we want to initiate some action. If we want to drag and drop something, we could do that by pressing the left button. If we want to scroll something, when there is a long document, we need to scroll something, we need to vertically scroll through that document. So that help in scrolling also, and that in the pointing also it help to point something, right? Okay, so the next input device is trackball. Now see, what is trackball? A trackball is an input device which is used to control a pointer or a cursor. Unlike a mouse, the device stays stationary while the user moves the ball within its socket. Trackball can be standalone devices or combined into a keyboard or control panel. Some people prefer using a trackball over a mouse as they believe it gives them a finer degree of control over the pointer. They are also handy for people with limited hand motor skills as they are less demanding than a mouse. Now, what are the typical applications for a trackball? So we can say that computer aided design for CAD for fine control. Another one is the situation when the space is limited, there it could be used, and disabled people with the limited motor skills. Now, what are the benefits of the trackball? It is that it needs the less desk space, and it can find control over the pointer. It can be integrated into a keyboard. And also one thing, see, it is easier in comparison to the mouse, as it involves less hand and arm movement. Now, what are the disadvantages? The disadvantage is that the trackball chamber is often covered with the dust, so that must be cleaned regularly, right? So, moving on to the another device, that is touchpad. Now, a touchpad is a device for pointing on a computer. Pointing means controlling input and positioning. On a computer display, it is an alternative to the mouse. Originally incorporated in the laptop computers, touchpad are also being made for use with desktop computers. A touchpad works by sensing the user's finger movement and downward pressure. Okay, so what are its advantages? The advantages of using the touchpad is that it occupies the less space. It is easy to use, and since it is the built-in computer, so we need not to carry an extra device. So we can say that for carrying or a portable device, you can say that it is easy. We need not to carry the another heavy device. So if we need to go to another place, it is easy, right? So what does now joystick mean? See, a joystick is an input device that can be used for controlling the movement of the cursor or a pointer in a computer device. The pointer or cursor movement is controlled by maneuvering a lever on the joystick. The input device is mostly used, this input device is mostly used for gaming applications and sometimes in graphic applications. A joystick also can be helpful as an input device for people with the movement disabilities, right? So basically where this device is used, it is basically used in the computer games and the CAD or CAM applications. What is stylus now? So see, a stylus is an input device that looks and acts like a pen. Instead of drawing with the ink, it sends a digital signal to a compatible touch screen, which interprets the pressure as drawing on the screen. A basic stylus can be said as a thin plastic rod tapered on the end like a pen, right? And many digital signature pads used for this credit card purchases also use a plastic stylus. Simply, the pressure of the plastic tip is used to draw a digital image on the screen, right? And yeah, so basically it is a pen shaped device only, which is used to enter the information or draw or write something on the touch screen of a handheld device. What is touch screen then? Touchscreen is a display that also serves as an input device. Some touchscreen requires a proprietary pen for input, though most modern touchscreens detect human touch. Now, since touchscreen devices accept the input directly through the screen, they do not require external input devices such as mice and keyboards. This makes touchscreen ideal for computer kiosk as well as portable devices such as tablets and smartphone. And also the user can touch the screen either manually, either by using a finger or using the stylus, right? Okay, so now what is optical input devices? Now see, the optical input devices allow the computer to use the light as a source of input. Scanner is an example of, you can say, optical input device. Other common optical input devices are magnetic ink character recognition, that is MICR, optical mark reader, which is used for optical mark recognition, optical character reader for optical character recognition, and the barcode reader. And see, we will be discussing about all of them in details, right? So first let us talk about barcode reader. So barcode reader are adjacent vertical lines of different width that are machine readables. They are available at the supermarkets and the books, if you see. So they use the barcode for identifications. Basically, what barcode do is barcode read using the reflective light by barcode readers. This information is input to the computer, which interprets the code using the spacing and thickness of bars. Handheld barcode readers, they are generally used in the departmental stores to read the labels and in libraries to read the labels on the books. Barcode readers, they are fast and accurate. They enable the faster service to the computer and are also used to determine the items being sold, the number of each item sold, or to retrieve the price. Basically, you can say that to keep the track, it can be used, right? So yeah, the portability, cheap thing and easy to use is basically the advantage of the barcode reader. And what is the disadvantage? The challenge or the disadvantage can be said that it must be handled with care, and they can interpret the information using a limited series of thin and wide bars. So to interpret other unique identifiers, the bar display area must be widened, right? Moving on to the next one is image scanner. So basically, what does the image scanner do? It captures images, printed text, photographic prints, posters, etc., and it converts them into the digital images for editing and display on the computer. What are its advantages? So one thing is that any document can be scanned and stored in a computer for any further processing. So this is one of the good advantage. Another one is that scanned and stored document will never deteriorate in quality with the time. Some stored document, they shed off with the time. So there is one thing that it will never deteriorate, and there is no fear of loss of documents. So these are the advantages of using the image scanner. Moving on to the disadvantages, that it is cheap. Disadvantage is that it is expensive. Another one is the scanned documents that have a higher size as compared to the other equivalent text files, and also that the scanned documents, they are uneditable. So this is also a major disadvantages, right? Moving ahead, optical character recognition, that is OCR. So OCR is a technique for scanning of a printed page, translating it, and then using the OCR software to recognize the image as an ASCII text that is editable. OCR uses optical character reader for recognition. The optical character reader stores the scanned image as a bitmap image, which is a grid of dots. Thus, you cannot edit the text that has been scanned. To edit the scanned text, you need OCR software. The OCR software translates the array of dot into text that the computer can interpret as words and letters. To recognize the words and letters of text, the OCR software compares the patterns on the scanned image with the patterns stored inside the computer. The text files that are generated via the OCR, it can be used, it can be stored in the different format, right? So basically, in short, if we tell what does the OCR do, it is that it is basically a process which convert the printed material into some text or word processing file. Right, now what are the advantages? Number one advantages is that printed document, it can be converted into the text files, right? And these files occupy the less space and they are also editable, right? And what are the disadvantage is that it cannot recognize all type of font. There are some specific fonts only which they recognize, so this creates a problem. Documents that are poorly typed or have a strike over cannot be recognized here, again a major disadvantages. And another thing is that very old document is when passed through the OCR, it may not convert into an exact copy of the text file, right? Moving ahead, what is OMR? That is optical mark recognition. So OMR is used to detect the marks on a paper. The marks are recognized by the darkness. OMR uses an optical mark reader to read the marks. OMR reader scans the forms, detects the mark that is positioned correctly on the paper and is darker than the surrounding paper, and passes this information to the computer for processing by application software. For this, it uses a beam of light that is reflected on the paper with the marks to capture presence and the absence of marks. The optical mark reader detects the presence of mark by measuring the reflected light, and see the pattern of mark is interpreted and stored in the computer. Now, OMR is widely used to read the answers of objective type test where student marks an answer by darkening a particular circle using a pencil. OMR is also used to read the forms like questionnaire, order forms, etc. Now, basically, what are its advantages? So it works at a very high speed. They can read about up to the 9,000 forms per hour. So see, that is why it is being nowadays used so much in the objective type paper and the multiple choice questions type paper, because the teacher won't be able to check the that much amount of the forms as the OMR help us to do. What are the disadvantage? Number one is that it is difficult to gather the large amount of information. Second thing is that it is some data might be missing in the scanned document. And the third disadvantage is that it is a sensitive device that rejects the OMR sheet if it is either folded, if it is torn or crushed. So it is a major disadvantage, right? After that is magnetic ink character reader. So this device is used to verify the legitimacy of the paper document, especially in the bank checks. It consists of a magnetic ink printed character which can be recognized by the high speed magnetic recognition devices. What is the auto devices? It is used, auto devices basically they are used to either capture or to create the sound. Uh, it enables the computer to accept the music or the speech or sound effect for recording and for editing purpose. And example of audio devices are the microphones, CDs. They are the major examples. Now, video input devices talking about, so they are used to capture the videos from the outside world into a computer, right? Now coming on to the output device. So basically, what is an output device? An output device is any peripheral that receives the data from the computer, usually for display, projection, or physical reproduction. Right. So basically, we can also say that an output device is any device that basically outputs or gives the information from the computer, right? They are electromechanical devices that accept the digital data from the computer and it converts them into human understandable language. Output devices can be classified into two categories. One is the soft copy devices and another one is the hard copy devices. Soft copy devices can further be divided into three categories, that are monitor, projector, speaker, and the hard copy devices can be classified into two categories, that is printer and plotter, right? Okay. So coming to the soft copy output devices, see what is basically soft copy output. So soft copy output is an output that is not produced on a paper or some material which cannot be touched or carried for being shown to others. They are temporary in nature and they vanish after use, right? For example, output display by a monitor is a soft copy output, right? So basically the soft copy output devices, they produce an electronic version for an output. For example, a file that is stored on a hard disk or a CD or a pen drive, or you can say that is displayed on the computer screen, right? Now, what are the features of the soft copy output devices? Number one is that output can be viewed only when the computer is on. If the computer is off, we cannot view the output, right? Whatever is in the pen drive, be it, but we cannot view it. Whatever is in the hard disk, be it, but we cannot view it, right? The user can easily edit the soft copy output. Yes, they can easily edit, right? It cannot be used by the people without a computer. Yes, we cannot use a soft copy output if we are not having a computer. It would be of no use. Searching for a data in a soft copy is easy and fast. Yes, it would be very easy to search something, or to searching would be very easy and fast, you can say. It will be very efficient also. And electronic distribution of material is cheaper and it is easy and fast, right? So studying about the monitor, right? So basically the monitor is the display unit, or it is basically the screen of the computer. It is the main output device that displays the processed data or the information as text, images, audio, or the video. Okay. And also monitor comes in three variants, that is CRT, LCD, and plasma. CRT stands for cathode ray tube, LCD stand for liquid crystal display, right? So we would be studying about the CRT monitor. See, basically the CRT monitors are based on the cathode ray tubes. They are like vacuum tubes which produce images in the form of video signals. Cathode ray tube produces a beam of electrons through electron guns that strike on the inner phosphorescent surface of the screen to produce the images on the screen. The monitor contains millions of phosphorus dots of red, green, and blue color. These dots start to glow when struck by the electron beam, and the phenomena is called cathodoluminescence, right? So the main component of the CRT monitor include the electron gun assembly, deflection plate assembly, fluorescent screen, and the glass envelope and base. Now, what are the advantages of CRT? It basically provides the image of a good quality and it is very cheap. Okay. And what is the disadvantage? It occupies a very large space on the desk, so we need huge amount of space for that. It is now, since we know we discussed that it needs a large amount of space. So why it would be needing large amount of space? Because it is bigger in size and bulky. All right, and if something is bigger in size and bulky, so obviously it is difficult for it is not easily portable. Another thing is that power consumption is higher in comparison to the other computers if we look upon, right? Moving ahead, coming on to the LCD monitor, right? So the LCD monitor is a flat panel screen that is compact and lightweight as compared to the CRT monitor. It is based on liquid crystal display technology, which is used in the screen of laptops, tablets, smartphones, etc. An LCD screen comprises two layers of polarized glass with a liquid crystal solution between them. When the light passes through the first layer, an electric current lines the liquid crystals. The lined liquid crystals allow a varying level of light to pass through the second layer to create images on the screen. So nowadays we also can see that replacing of the CRT display is at a very fast pace. Right now, what are the advantages that it is happening? So first of all, it is very compact and easy, lightweight. So that is why easily portable, right? Consumes less power, do not suffer from the geometric distortion. It little or no flicker of the images. They are more reliable in comparison to that of CRT's monitor. They can be used in almost any size or in any shape. So, and also they cause the less eye fatigue. The CRT computers, they used it to, cause the eye fatigue. So in comparison to that, it costs less eye fatigue. Now, what are the disadvantages? They are comparatively expensive in comparison to the CRT, and images are not very clear. When we try to view from an angle, so then we see that images are not so clear, right? Okay. So talking about the plasma monitor. So the plasma monitor is also a flat panel display that is based on plasma display technology. It has a small tiny cells between two glass panels. These cells contain mixture of noble gases and a small amount of mercury. When voltage is applied, the gas in the cells turns into the plasma and emit ultraviolet light that creates the images on the screen. That is, the screen is illuminated by a tiny bit of plasma, a charged gas. Plasma displays are brighter than liquid crystal displays (LCD), and they also offer a wide viewing angle in comparison to that of an LCD. All right, so basically, and one more thing, they are thin and flat monitors. Flat monitors I've already mentioned, which is used on the televisions. What are the advantages? So one thing is that this technology, which is used in the plasma monitor, that allows producing a very wide screen using extremely thin material. And very bright images are formed, which look good from almost every angle. All right, and because in the last we saw that it didn't look good from every angle, right, in the LCD computer. Okay, so and one more thing, these plasma computers are not very heavy, and so they are easily portable. Now, what are the disadvantages? Number one, these monitors are very expensive. They have a high power consumption. Now, since the image are phosphor based, so at time they may also suffer from flicker visions and the flicker visions and computers, right? Okay, so moving on to the projector. So projector is an output device that enables the user to project the output onto a large surface such as a big screen or a wall. It can be connected to a computer and similar devices to project their output onto a screen. It uses light and lenses to produce the magnified text, images, and videos. So it is an ideal, you can say it is an ideal output device to give the presentation or to teach a large number of people. And nowadays it also is being commonly used in this thing. Projectors can be further classified into two categories. One is the LCD, that is the LCD projector, and another one is the DLP projector. Now in LCD projector, that is liquid crystal display projector, this type of digital projectors are very popular as they are lightweight and provide a crisp output. An LCD projector uses transmissive technology to produce the output. It allows the light source, which is a standard lamp, to pass through the three colored liquid crystal light panels. Some colors pass through the panels and some are blocked by the panels, and thus images are formed. Okay, and the room must be first darkened to show the image. Otherwise, the image formed would be blurred. Now, talking about the digital light processing projector, that is the DLP processor. So it has a set of tiny mirrors, a separate mirror for each pixel of the image, and thus provide high quality images. These projectors are mostly used in theaters as they fulfill the requirement of high quality video. When using the DLP projectors, the room may or may not be darkened because it displays a very clear image in both the scenarios, right? Okay. So, moving ahead, we comes to hard copy output. So basically, what is hard? It produces a physical form of the output. For example, the content of a file printed on a paper, that is a hard copy output, right? And what are the features of the hard copy output? So one thing is that a computer is not needed if we want to see the output. Editing and incorporating the edit in hard copy, if we want to edit, it would be very difficult task, right? The output can be easily distributed to people who do not have a computer. Searching in the hard copy for a particular data is a very tiring and difficult job. And also, distribution of hard copy is not only costly, but also it is a slower in comparison to the soft copy. See, what happened in soft copy is that it is not that much costly because we can show to everyone. Now in this we need to give the different copies to everybody, so it is costly, that's why. Okay, so studying about the printer, just a minute. Okay, so basically what is printer? Printer produces the hard copy of the processed data. It enables the user to print images, text, or any other information onto the paper. Now, based on the printing mechanism, the printers are classified into two categories. One is the impact printers, another one is the non-impact printer. Further, impact printers are classified into three categories: dot matrix, daisy wheel, line. And the non-impact printers further into two categories, that is inkjet and laser, right? Basically, what is impact printer? So the impact printer use a hammer or the print head to print the character of images onto the paper. The hammer or print head strikes or presses an ink ribbon against the paper to print characters and images. Now, what are the advantages? It's that these printer enable the user to produce the carbon copies and they are very cheap. And disadvantage is that impact printers are usually very slow and they offer the poor print quality, especially in the case of graphic. And they can be they can be extremely noisy. And it's what else the thing is that they can print only using the standard font, right? Okay, so coming on to the dot matrix printer. So the dot matrix printer is an impact printer. The character and images printed by it are the patterns of dot. These patterns are produced by striking the ink-soaked ribbon against the paper with a print head. The print head contains pins that produce a pattern of dots on the paper to form the individual characters. The print head of a 24-pin dot matrix contain more pins than a 9-pin dot matrix printer. So it produces more dot, which result in better printing of computers. To produce color output, the black ribbon can be changed with the color stripes. The speed of dot matrix printer is around 200 to 500 characters per second. Now, what are the advantages? The first advantage is that it can produce the carbon copies. It is very cheap and offer the lowest printing cost per page. It is used for the bulk printing, and when the ink is almost about to be exhausted, the printout gradually fades rather than suddenly stopping down. So the person get to know only when that start fading up rather than just key stop suddenly stopping down. That is dangerous otherwise. And it is also useful for data logging. And what is the disadvantage is that it creates a lot of noise, and it slowly prints the lower resolution graphics with limited time. After that is Daisy wheel printer. Now, see, Daisy wheel printer was invented by David S. Lee at Diablo Data System. It consists of a wheel or a disc that has spokes or extensions that look like daisy. So that is why it was named Daisy wheel printer. At the end of extension, molded metal characters are mounted. To print a character, the printer rotates the wheel, and when the desired character is on the print location, the hammer hits the disc and the extension hits the ink ribbon against the paper to create the impression. It cannot be used to print graphics and is often noisy and slow. That is, the speed is very low, around 25 to 50 characters per second. Now, due to these drawbacks, these printers have become obsolete, right? What is line printer if we talk about? So the line printer, which is also as a bar printer, print one line at a time. It is a high speed impact printer as it can print 500 to 3000 lines per minute, right? So, and drum printer and the chain printer are examples of these printer. Okay, so they are used in the data center. Line printers are used in the data centers and in an industrial environment. Talking about the next one, that is the band printer. So it the printing mechanism here uses a metal loop or band to produce the typed characteristic. Another thing is that the set of the characters here are permanently embossed on the band, and this set cannot be changed unless the band is replaced, right? Now coming on to the non-impact printers. Non-impact printers don't print characters or images by striking a print head or hammer on the ink ribbon placed against the paper. They print the characters and images without direct physical contact between the paper and the printing machinery. These printers can print a complete page at a time, so they can also use as page printers. Uh, One more thing is that the most common type of the non-impact printers are laser printers and inkjet printers. Now, what are the advantages of these type of printer? One thing is that it produces the print of very good quality. Another good advantage is that it is noiseless. They are comparatively faster, and they can print the text in different font. And what are its disadvantage of the non-impact printer is that the prints are expensive. The cartridges used by them are also costly, right? Now, what is the inkjet printer? Coming on to that. So the inkjet printer is a non-impact printer that prints the images and characters by spraying fine ionized drop of ink. The print end has tiny nozzles to spray the ink. The printer head moves back and forth and sprays the ionized drop of ink on the paper, which is fed through the printer. These drop passes through an electric field that guide the ink onto the paper to print correct images and characters. An inkjet printer has cartridges that Contain ink. Modern inkjet printers are color printers that have 4 cartridges containing different colors, which are cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. It is capable of printing high quality images with different colors. It can also produce the print objects with a resolution of at least 300 dots per inch. Right? And coming on to the second type of printer, which is the laser printer. Now see, a laser printer is a non-impact printer that uses a laser beam to print the character. The beam hits the drum, which is a photoreceptor, and draw the image on the drum by altering electrical charges on the drum. The drum then rolls in toner, and the charged image on the drum picks the toner. The toner is then printed on the paper using heat and pressure. Once the document is printed, the drum loses the electric charge, and the remaining toner is collected. The laser printer uses the powdered toner for printing instead of liquid ink, and produce quality print object with a resolution of 600 dot per inch or more. Right. So coming on to the last thing, that is plotter. Now see, what is plotter? Plotter are the special type of output devices which is suitable for the applications like architectural plan of the building, CAD applications like the design of mechanical component of aircraft, and in many engineering applications. What are the advantages of plotters? It can produce high quality output on large sheet. It is used to provide the high precision drawing. It can also produce the graphic of various sizes, and also the speed of producing the output is high. See, now there are two types. One is the drum plotter, another one is the flatbed plotter. Now what happened in the drum plotter? It consists of a drum. Paper on which design is made is kept on the drum. The drum can rotate in both directions. Plotter comprised of one or more pen and pen holders. The holders are mounted perpendicular to the drum surface. The pens are kept in the holders, which can move left to right as well as right to left. The the graph plotting program control the movement of pen and paper, right? And also this type of computer is usually used with the mainframe and the mini computer system, right? And I have already explained you that how does it work. After coming is the flatbed plotter. So it is used to draw the complex design and graph in the charts. The flatbed plotter can be kept over the table. The plotter consists of pen and holder. The pen can draw the character of various sizes. There can be one or more pen and pen holding mechanism. Each pen has ink of different character. Different colors help to produce the multicolor design of the document. The area of plotting is also variable. It can vary for to 21 inch into 52 inch, and it is less expensive and are used in many small computing systems. So thank you to everyone. And one more thing, to learn the important key terms and to recapitulate the important point from this discussion and to practice the MCQs of this topic, you people can install our mobile app, that is Zrooma, which is a free app that is available both on Google and Apple stores. Thank you.